Hello, welcome to my session today. My session today is going to be on trial balance errors. That is errors that don't affect the balancing of the trial balance. So even though the trial balance is supposed to pick errors, these ones, it won't detect that the errors have been made. There are six types of such errors which are not detected by the trial balance. The first one is the error of principle. The second one is the error of omission. The third one is the error of commission. The fourth one is the error of complete reversal. The fifth one is the error of transposition. And the final one is duplication. I will briefly describe these six errors in more detail. An error of principle. It just means that you've got the principle wrong, but you've done the double entry correctly. So for example, assets being accounted for as expenses. You're getting the principle of an asset being accounted as an expense. But you do the double entry correctly, it does not affect the balancing of a trial balance. For example, if you bought property, plant and equipment for £10,000 and for 10,000 pounds cash, if you correctly debited expenses by 10,000 and credit cash by 10,000, that won't affect the misbalance of the trial balance, even though the accounting for property, plant and equipment as an expense rather than asset is wrong. The second one is an error of omission. An error of omission. An error of omission occurs when you totally omit the transaction. The transaction is not recorded at all. For example, if there is a cash sale of £500, if that sale is not recorded anywhere, it will not be detected, or it will not cause an error in the misbalance of the trial balance. The third type of error is the error of commission. The error of commission is you have done the double entry, but you've done the double entry wrongly. For example, if you sell something for £100, the normal double entry would be debit cash or debit bank and credit sale. But if you, instead of doing that, you debit sales and credit cash, even though the double entry is wrong, the trial balance won't balance because the principles of double entry have been adhered to. So the trial balance will not detect such an error. The fourth transaction is an error of complete reversal. So you have recorded something that should be a debit as a credit and vice versa. That error will not be detected because the double entry principles would also have been adhered to. The fifth type of error is an error of transposition. An error of transposition is where you sell, for example, something for £56, but instead of recording it as £56, you record it as £65. If you record both the debit and credit as £65, that error would not be detected again because the principles of double entry would have been adhered to. The final category of error is an error of duplication. This is another error that can be detected by the misbalancing of a trial balance. Let's say, for example, you sell something for £200. If you entered that transaction twice whilst following the principles of double entry, the trial balance will still balance. It won't detect such an error. So that in summary, there are six six types of errors that does not affect the balancing of the trial balance. They are the error of principle, the error of omission, the error of commission, the error of complete reversal, the error of transposition, and duplication. Thank you for listening, and that concludes my session on errors.